stage you have to make a Windows Form application. So this one you have to select this one, and we are using the C# language. And it will take a few more seconds, not a second, maybe a couple of minutes. Uh, Meanwhile, I will decide. I will go through my data table. This is the table in my database that I have created, and I want to do the uh, retrieve the all records for this particular table in this particular table. And meanwhile, I want to add new record. For that, what I use, this is for that I change my application. I will make an application, Windows Form application. To display all the records, I use a grid view, data grid view. I will put a suitable name for the particular data grid view. This is containing the employee information, so I make it as data grid view, the short form DGV, and employee. Actually, this is the property window. This is the property window that I use to change all the properties. When I'm selecting something in this design mode, I can select. It will show what I select in here. Just imagine if I'm selecting the form, it will point it out. This is I'm selecting the form. If I'm selecting the data grid view, then I can see that I am selecting the data grid view. In some cases, you should know there are several things in the property window. If you sort your things in alphabetical order, at the very beginning you can see the name property, and once you move down, you can see the rest of the properties. It is in the alphabetical order. If you're going to select the group one, it will group all the properties, and you have to figure out then you have to select the group and select the property. But in my case, I have some sort of experience with the Windows Visual Studio. I prefer to go ahead with the A to Z sorting. And meanwhile, you're supposed to know this property. In some cases, this icon mentioned you are selecting. It will allow us to show all the properties. If you select this third icon, it will show all the available events for the particular widgets. These are all widgets. This is one of the widgets. There are lots of widgets. Actually, what I want is the properties, and I want to change the name of the property. That's why I change the property here. And then I want to go to my pod behind file. You can right click and go to the view pod. You can go to the pod, and okay, I will go to the pod right now. To retrieve the data, if you are working with that AT.NET, you have to worry about five things. One is the connection string. Connection string is the key thing that we're going to connect with the database. Connection string is containing all the informations which is required to connect our database with the application. It's called the connection string. Number two is we have to have a connection. Connection is some kinds of object. It allows to connect with the database, and it allow and if when we are connecting with the database, it's allowed to disconnect at the same time. So it is the connection. The third one is the SQL command. The command object is the command object has a specific task. It is executing particular SQLs. And fourth one, if in this within command object executing, if it is retrieving data, you need data table to collect those data. Table to collect the data. Fifth one, data adapter. He is the guy will help you to collect the data. Let's see. Now we are going to make our connection string. Before that, we need two libraries. One is the SQL system.data.sql. The other one is using is the keyword that we requesting libraries. System.data.sql flag. Now I am building my connection string connection string. Connection string is nothing but a string. This string containing four informations. It's containing the server information. Server equal what's the name of my server. So here, if you right click and view property, this is my server. Okay, this is saying right. And the other one is database name. The fourth property is user ID. This is my server name. And my database name is company. Okay, when we are putting strings like that, like in here, this is called the character, which we use this backslash to provide a specific character. So if we want to input a backslash within our string, so you have two mechanisms. Instead of one backslash, we have to put two backslashes. Then at the execution time, it's considered this is as two backslashes. So for the to improve the readability, to make it allow the all backslashes, I can put X sign at the very beginning. Okay, you better to put the X sign. For the database name, you can give company one, and the third one is the third parameter is user ID, user space ID. All the letters, all the first letters in each word should be in capital. User ID equal SAP, this is the system administrator, and the password equal to LNVTI act123. The password. This is our connection string. Now, in the next stage, I want to make database connection. For that, SQL connection allows you to make a database connection. This is my connection. But to make the connection, you need to have an event. Usually you are unable to make any connection like here, new connection, and giving a connection string. It's completely wrong. Usually it doesn't allow, but okay, just allow. So because the reason is you are using this particular variable within this class, within this argument, so it doesn't allow you to do like that way. So the best way is you can make this connection at the constructor. Constructor is here. This is the perform constructor. Then you can perform that connection here. We are not going to make any connection object at the very beginning. So at the moment I put null because there's no anything within this object. So at the when we are creating the object of this when we are creating when we are building this form one, then it will automatically make the connection. Okay. Now we have achieved two steps. One thing is we have made the connection string. Connection string consists of 4 steps, and the next one is we have made another object for the connection object. Okay. Now I want to get the data. How I am getting the data? For that I use a private function, private void. Actually, in object-oriented terms, we are not making a function. Actually, we are making a method. Void get data. Get employee. Get all employed. How is getting the all employed? First, how to get the all employee? We supposed to have a particular query. Select all from employees. I'm writing the particular SQL string SQL equal select all from employee. Okay, this is my query. How I am going to execute my query? To execute my query, I need a command, SQL command object. I need SQL command object. Okay, SQL command object need two things when it's making. We need the query, the other one we need the connection. We already made the connection object at in here, and the connection object reference is in the class upper level, so it allows us to use the connection. Okay, now we have the connection, but I need to get, now it will provide a tables of data. To store my tables of data, I use the output of this execution. It means it's a tables of data. To store the table of data, I use data table. Just say data table. Data table equal new data table. It's a new data table. Okay, I have made another variable called data table to store my data. Who will support us to store the get the data from the data command and storing into data table? It is done by our data adapter. SQL data adapter equal new SQL data adapter, and you have to give the command that you want to execute. Here. Now the data adapter has the command, and now data adapter can get the data and put it into the data table. We use the fill command to get the data and fill this data table. Now all the data consists in here. Now you have data in the data table. Now you can assign this data to this data grid view. You can use for that data employee equal employee dot data source equal data table. Now you assign your data table as the data source of the employee grid, and now you have to refresh your grid. And then you have to destroy your data adapter. One more thing we forgot. One more thing we have forgotten, that it is nothing but to open the SQL connection and close the SQL connection. Before we are filling this data table, it's better to open the SQL connection. This is our connection object. We have made it in here, and actually object is created at the stage, and this is our SQL connection object. Sorry, connection dot open. We have to open the connection. Once the operation is completed, we have to close the connection. Okay. In next video, I will show what will happen when we are executing this particular code.